Hey guys, so as I promised, here's a breakdown video of the gameplay mechanics that we saw in this trailer. So now, I don't think we need to go through these. This trailer I think everybody has seen, so we'll just skip to the gameplay one. Damn, it looks good, I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, so this is the intro. Every single character will have interactions with the other one. Yeah, damn, it looks so good. Like the fluidity is very good. So now basically this is the health bar for both the characters. I think we all know that. This is the key charge. Now this is the, if you actually remember in Budokai Tenkaichi series, the yeah, you see the one there with 4, 5 used to activate the ultimate techniques. Yeah, this is basically that. Now I'd like to mention one thing which they said in the explanation of the techniques. So the normal, you see them going left, right, normal dash. That speed is actually equal to the speed which you got when you rush attack. If shout out to Dragon Ball Z League for the video first of all. Now if you can actually see this, the super dash, the speed of this is equal to its normal movement. This normal movement, yeah, this is equal to the previous super dash. I know, like that's how fast this is. Now this is the basic combo. There's also another thing which you'll notice now. Once you land the combo, you know in the previous game, Budokai Tenkaichi series, like this. You combo them, they go far away. You either have to follow that up. There was no option for you to contain their field. Now there's a new option, this attack. As you can see, you can now stop them at mid range so that they can remain closer to you. You can get a closer grip to the combat. And now one more thing. This is very quick in this one. As you can see, the boost section. If you remember in the Budokai Tenkaichi 3 series, if you charge an attack which we'll see him doing, you get the option. You see the triangle button at the bottom left? That option, like if you time it right, just leave it right. Just before it's gonna finish the animation, you get an additional boost to the attack. The attack does more damage. It also gives you a lead in the clash system. So that's the boost. It actually ends quite quickly, and I think this is the animation for that. As you can see, yeah, this. The wind effect, I think that means getting the perfect timing on that. Now look at the Mandra destruction. The graphic, the aura looks so clean. Like if you played Xenoverse, you know how bad the auras are. Now, now one thing which is actually very good is the dynamic camera. Now if you were attacking somebody or comboing somebody, in the previous series, the camera doesn't follow you like that. The camera doesn't track the opponent like that. Like look at that. The camera dynamically moves. You're getting comboed, it moves dynamically. You don't lose sight of the combat. But in the previous games, that was a huge problem. Like look at that. The camera is very static. It doesn't move. It just stays like that. You see, in this, it's actually dynamically moving. Like you see, you're attacking up, it's tilted towards the top. That's very good. It always bugged me, especially when you sideswipe somebody and the camera, man, the movement. You can see the main. You can. That's a big improvement. I'm not gonna lie to you. Camera work genuinely makes most of the things. Obviously, there are nitpicks here, like Vegeta attacking him. His punches go through the body, but the footage is shown in development. So I don't think now the super attacks are very good. So I don't think we can complain too much about it. The game's far from finished, but still very fluid. This is destruction. Now look at the destruction. You can see every single particle breaking apart. That's beautiful. Ski charge. Now if you'll notice something, as the closer he gets to the ultimate and he starts charging, look at it's a blue skies. See? Normal blue skies. Cool. Now look at that. It reacted to the key. You're powering up, the environment's changing. It's becoming more stormy. Like the Dragon Ball, like if you remember in the Frieza saga, when Goku's going Super Saiyan, the whole weather starts to change, storms start appearing. That's basically what's happening over here, which is very cool. Everything reacting to what you're doing. Now, this is the if you remember in Budokai Tenkaichi series, if you got the bar fill, you could do combo for infinity. This is basically what's happening here. And this is his ultimate animation for Final Flash. Now, one thing I will say I don't like about this is, if you notice, the the attacks, like the beam, it's very small. Like Final Flash, we've all seen how big that is. The full power Kamehameha. So they are very small. I think now if you notice one more thing, you actually notice the smoke actually react to what's happening. You see, there's a key blast coming in. The smoke actually just disappears from the area the key blast is coming in. Like, look at that. I'll slow it down for you guys. Yeah, look at this. If you notice, only that part disappeared. Physics, which I think is only possible on the current gen consoles. I think it might have been possible on the previous gen Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PS4, but well, this is a transformation sequence. Man, it looks so good. Like it, like oh my god. And one more, like you have noticed, if you they are actually having dialogues with transformations. Will actually react to what opponent you're fighting with. Again, the boost section. Now, now this is what I meant by dynamic camera. As you're moving, look at how the camera moves too. In that, it's just static. Your character's there, you're coming back, it just looks. It actually, now if you're going down, the camera changes towards upward tilt. This is a very good feature. It allows you to see more of what's happening. You see, you don't lose track of the opponent there too. Now you will see him go blue. Now, I know a lot of people were saying that in the VGM scans they saw UI Goku, but no, that was just the base Goku deflecting the Gallic gun. But the Gallic gun's key, like it's purple, so the color tone changed and people thought it was actually base Goku, but it was actually not. Now you'll see Vegeta going blue. He looks good too, man. Now again, now look at the effects, man. It's too good. Now you'll also notice something else. As soon as he goes above this, you'll notice the atmosphere. It was pretty close to getting changed, but he interrupted him in between. Again, basic combo strings. Now the revenge mechanic which they announced is, if you actually notice this one, the other person's comboing you, right? In the previous game, another person's comboing you, you have to hit the combo. In this game, if you notice, he's comboing you. 1, 2, 3. This meter fills up, revenge meter, and boom, you can do a counter punch. Basically, you can say that. Ends his combo, ends your combo, resets to 0. Do you see that? It's a very good feature. This is a basic interruption. Again, this is the most fun I had. Dragon Ball. Again, the key charging, you'll see the environment change again. See, as soon as it builds up, so if either one of the characters gets to full, it changes, and the key charge also changes. See that? Did you look at the animation change? It's a basic key charge. He's standing there. As soon as he just gets above this, his chance changes. Another cool detail they have added. The aura. Damn, the aura looks good. Now this is something they said is only possible on the current gen consoles, and I agree. If you look at the amount of stuff that's broken, the physics, and the like, I genuinely don't think it's possible in the last gen. And man, this is again the boost thing that we're talking about. Time it right, get an additional power boost, and man, oh, it looks so good. And Final Flash 2. But again, the only thing that I said, this thing. First of all, this is from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movies. Like if you notice when Gogeta and Broly clash and the they go to the another dimension, this is basically what's here. The camera angle's dynamic. It's changing, showcasing the point of view of both the characters. And well, Goku won. And then you go back to the normal stage you selected. Goku won, Ended it. That's it. Also, I'd like to showcase one more thing. Yeah, I think we can go over this too. The impact action. This is the normal thing. Here they talk about the, yeah, the dash action. Now the ultimate, like this, they didn't mention this here. Only possible in the current gen of consoles. It might be like the effects are quite, like, first of all it's dynamic. It looks beautiful, but the beams are still a bit too small. Will say that. So now talking about the tweaks. Like I said, the boost to the normal movement, making as fast as the dash, which I mentioned at the start. Your normal movement will be as fast as the dash in Budokai Tenkaichi series. If you notice one more thing, there's another mechanic. If you actually notice, did you see that? The slick movement to the right by Goku. You'll see it right here. Did that thing? That's what they're talking about in the next section. Short dash that lets you move at lightning speed. So I think that might be as fast as you can go, but only for a short period of time. Basically for evading or going on a quick attack. So you can do some mixes to the opponent, confuse them. One more thing that there is, this, which I showcased, the punch Goku does. So this is basically a lot that happens in Dragon Ball. This is a deflection part from the Raging Blast series. You don't need to complain about the Vegeta punch. Yeah, his punch might be going across the body, but it's in development. You don't need to like criticize it. Yeah, and there are also things that I'd like to mention in the new trailer. There are dynamic dialogues. So I think if you're fighting a villain and you transform, Trunks said that dialogue. Well, like this is his ultimate. Like look, oh that looks so good. But and if you look at that, the environment and the atmosphere also reacts to your ultimate. It's space. He pops his ult. Look at that. Everything changes and then goes back to normal. Kekunza. This animation is actually, I think Dragon Ball Legends Xenoverse also has this. Yeah, sure, Roshi. There's also another thing in this. First of all, if you actually look at that, there are two different effects you see here. One, she goes into the water and then she touches the land. Actually, two effects. A cool touch. If you look at that. First, she interacted with the water, you get the ripple effect. Then she touched the ground, you get that effect. Very cool. Obviously, the Kamehameha. He also does a boost to his Kamehameha if you notice it in the animation. Basic, there's just this part. Yeah. They also showcase incredible destruction in this segment. Look at that. Complete stage destruction. You have the Great Butter, fastest. Now look at that. It looks so good. But I also like to showcase to you. You see these things are structured normal. Your attacks also breaks everything that it comes in contact with. It destroyed the building. What's happening? Okay, that it destroys a building. That's good. The whole building can be destroyed. It cannot be destroyed in the current games. Obviously, Topo. Yeah, they speak a lot about justice. Look at that. Oh wow, you can break the whole metro. The car station. I don't know. Look at that. Every single thing is destroyed. Like that's just. Oh, that's gonna bring so much joy to everyone. Fighting and destroying everything inside. Now this is interesting. Now, if I don't exactly remember, Budokai Tenkaichi series had dual ultimates. If a single character could get another character in the ultimate, maybe it could. Or maybe it might be like if you remember in Budokai Tenkaichi series or the Raging Blast series, you can choose 2 characters, 3 characters, 4 characters in your team, 5v5. You know, I don't exactly remember the limit. So it might be if you have Berta and Jace in the team, you might get that, or it might just be a single character ultimate. But look at it, looks so good. And also, if you haven't noticed something, their dynamic movement in the mouse. When they speak, the mouths also move, not just a generic in the old series. Like if you notice that, it's not the intro. Okay, she's actually attacking and speaking the dialogue, and her mouth moves. Okay, now Kuproli looks so good, man. There's also another new thing. Look at that. The destruct, and it's actually, I think it's physics based, the destruction. If you actually notice, the destruction starts from the top. Did you see that? It's like the impact frame is closer to here and it breaks from here. That's actually very cool. This is why I think the destruction is genuinely not possible in the last gen consoles. And this is also new. I'm not sure if this is a special intro for this character or this is a new mechanic. Like if you notice, this ground's breaking where they're clashing. It might be a new animation where you get the clash animation in Budokai Tenkaichi series and the opponents, and you have to really move the stick really fast. I think it might be that. Hit, man, hit looks so good. Oh, who will now? One more thing, yeah, this is also important. I think characters are also based on the archetype. Now, if you look at that, the archetype, you have characters like Kale, Super Trunks, who have overwhelming strength, but they are not fast enough. And then you have characters who are fast. I genuinely think this will cater, like for example, if you're more of a heavy hitter guy, you just want to get the hits in no matter what, then you go for the great power hitter, Broly, Super Trunks, Scale. But if you want speed, you want to do small combos, fast combos, short combos, combo them, go away, do some mixes, confuse the opponent, attack again. That's for you. That is just raw strength Broly and Lex. And look at this animation. This looks so good. And now, one thing which I did see here is that I don't think he destroys the environment. Maybe he does. I don't know. Look at how good this looks. Obviously, this is the end. The character list again. Let's look at that. So the slots are filled up. Now, imagine UI Goku will be here. Evolution Blue Vegeta will be here. Now, Frieza is there. Now the question is Golden Frieza gonna be here? Or will it be, yeah, I think different slots. Now there will be a Goku, like this is Goku Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God. There will be a normal base Goku Super who will transform to Super Saiyan God, then go Super Saiyan Blue, then go Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and UI. Same with Vegeta. You just like even in GT, if you notice, or Budokai Tenkaichi series, if you notice, you could instantly start with these characters, these forms, or you could go from base. That option will be there, as we saw in the first fight. Like people were really confused about that, whether we will get transforming characters or will it be like the Xenoverse series, we will just start with the transformed version. No, it's up to you. And like the characters, like the roster's big, but I'm not really sure about whether it has the GT and the main base Dragon Ball series in the base game. Could be. Maybe they are waiting for another trailer for that. You know, GT can get its own trailer, Dragon Ball can get its own trailer. Maybe the thing is, if they release it as a DLC, I do get it. Why? Because Sparking Zero is not like Xenoverse 2. Like for example, Xenoverse 2. Yeah, I do want the, like I don't like the graphics of Xenoverse 2, so I want the look for the anime graphics model. Like if you notice, it's an online game. It's primarily an online game, raid game. You get different DLCs, like your DLC 17, Hero Pack, Justice. You know, in Sparking Zero, I don't think it's primarily an online game. Like for example, I think what will happen is Xenoverse 2 will be the game which you want to play with friends, you know, who live in separate places online basically. Like for example, the raids. You're not gonna get those in Sparking Zero. It's This is for if you want a online game experience where you can create your own character for in the Dragon Ball universe. Fighters gonna be a pro competitive fighting game. If you all know Arc System, it's not for casuals. Like it's a very competitive game. That's gonna be Fighters. Then you have Sparking Zero. Now this game is gonna be if you want to experience the best story, the best, basically just Dragon Ball, raw Dragon Ball. You want to experience the thrill, the fight, the power, the story. This is the game. You want to go online? You go Xenoverse 2. You want to go pro competitive fighting? You go Fighters. I think that's the bifurcation that they're gonna go with this series. This is why I think Sparking Zero, Xenoverse 2, and Fighters will go in tandem together. Not one will overshadow the other. Obviously, I think we all are way too much excited for this series and might overshadow the others. But yeah, I think each will have its own dedicated audience. Sparking Zero is like, I think you can call it the best of everything. You have the best mechanics, you have the best story, you have the best Dragon Ball experience. Yeah, so I think that's it for today. I'll see you all in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.